Get 'em.
Welcome, folks. Y'all come on in and make yourself at home. This here, well, this is the Rolling Thunder Podcast, your home for all things Rolling Thunder. This episode is brought to you by Mossy Oak, because everything is better in Bottomland. Kent Cartridge, quality matters, performance counts. Shen Gear, waterfowl gear that is built better. And Benelli USA, dominate the skies.
Get ready, outdoor enthusiast. The Ducks Unlimited Expo, presented by Purina Pro Plan, is landing in Memphis August 1st through 3rd at the Renaissance Convention Center. Experience the ultimate celebration of hunting, conservation, and the outdoor lifestyle. Connect with vendors from across the country, showcasing the latest gear, apparel, and hunting accessories. Learn from experts and connect with people just like you. August 1st through 3rd, 2025 at the Renaissance Convention Center. See you in Memphis for DUX.
Bottomland is Mossy Oak's original camo pattern created by Toxie Hayes over 3 decades ago. This pattern preserves the original design while applying advanced technology for increased effectiveness. The same field-proven components and colors, the same dirt and bark elements, the same ability to blend into dark environments and obscure a hunter's outline from every angle. Mossy Oak, Bottomland.
From the breeding grounds through the migration routes to the southern wintering areas, Ducks Unlimited has been conserving waterfowl habitat for 86 years. DU volunteers and supporters have helped conserve over 15 million acres, but the work isn't done yet. To play your part in the next 15 million acres, visit www.ducks.org and join our volunteer team, or find an event near you. Ducks Unlimited, the world leader in wetlands and waterfowl conservation.
Well, welcome to another episode of the Rolling Thunder Podcast. My name is Spence, and I am your host, and I'm joined today by my buddy. That was a lot of blah, 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 blah. By my buddy Matt Messer. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. You got to talk louder, boy.
I'm doing really good.
There
How are
you
you?
I'm good. I'm good. So Matt is all things smoked meat and smokers, and tell us a little bit about what you do. You obviously just cooked lunch for us, and it was unbelievable.
Well, man, we started our company back in 2018.
Okay.
Was here at Memphis in May, and I believe you were our first customer.
Yeah.
had your cooker out there, and come a long way since then.
Yeah.
We
Well, tell us what was the name of your company? What is the name of your company?
name of our company is Cotton Gin Smokers.
Okay.
And we are now merged with 2 other brands. Game Changer Smoker, which is a commercial smoker that goes in the kitchen, in a commercial kitchen under the hood. And then a backyard live fire griddle. It's a backyard experience for the average person to the professional. And so you have a live fire griddle, and it's a circle, and you got a flame coming out of the middle, and I mean it's really cool, really versatile to cook on. So we have now moved our company in under their roof, and I manage and oversee Tribal Fire Grill. So livefireandsmoke.com is our house for all 3 brands.
Okay.
And, yeah.
And so you make the live fire. What are the other products that you make?
So Cotton Gin Smokers is the drum smokers. We do a premium line of drum smokers. We ship them all over the country. Their competition guys are using them, and the regular backyard person use them. And so we do those. We do offsets, so traditional Texas offset smoker. We make them out of LP tanks. We repurpose LP tanks. Anywhere from 120 gallon all the way to 1,000 gallon smoker. We're doing a couple double 500 trailers right now, and which is pretty massive.
What does double 500 mean?
You got 2 500-gallon propane tanks side by side.
Okay.
So your tank is probably, I'm guessing, about an 80-gallon tank.
Okay.
So
Mercy.
2 500-gallon tanks right next to each
So they have
other.
a separate firebox for each one, or is it one firebox?
It's one shell, but 2 fireboxes that are controlled separately. But when you look at it, it looks like one big firebox with 2 doors on it.
Okay.
But there's a divide in the middle.
Gotcha.
So been wanting to build one of these for a long time, and now we have 3 of them in a row. One of them for Bass Pro Shop for one of their restaurants out in Missouri. So pretty excited about that deal.
So why does somebody need one that big? They're feeding that many people?
Yeah. So for Bass Pro, it's for one of their restaurants, and so they have several different properties from Big Cedar Lodge to Finley Farms, which is where it'll be housed, and then you got Bass Pro up in Springfield, and so it'll bounce between the properties. So it's a showpiece. It's they're gonna use it for different events and stuff when they have crowds out. So it won't be necessarily their main workhorse in their kitchen, but it'll be for specific special events.
I got you.
So yeah, you're going anywhere from a caterer to a restaurant, we'll use them. And then I've got one customer who's he owns a Jimmy John's up there in Michigan, and actually in Indiana, and he loves barbecue, and he bought a double 500 on a trailer, and I said, okay, it's for a backyard.
Wow.
So I don't argue. I don't ask questions.
Wow. How many butts can you put on one 500?
On one 500, you're about 35 butts, fully packed. So it's a lot of meat.
No kidding.
It's a lot of meat.
Does a grill that big or a smoker that big take that much more fire to control the heat? Like if mine takes a bag of charcoal, does that one take 10 bags of charcoal?
Well, I'll start with a bag of charcoal to get my coal bed going, and then I'll just run pure wood splits from there. And you're about, I'd say 2 to 3 wood splits an hour to an hour and a half. And yeah, it's very efficient. You get fully insulated fireboxes on those on the big boys, where yours is not an insulated firebox.
Yeah. Huh.
You don't want an insulated firebox on something your size of yours, because it just retains too much heat at that point. So
Okay. Because it's not enough space for it to
It's
spread
not-
out
yeah.
like all that. You need some of that heat to dissipate from the fire so you
Yep.
don't burn your meat.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So.
How did you get into this?
I just started cooking, and in high school I built my first smoker in 2001 in Texas, and I was a preacher's kid down there, as you know, and we had a project to do in shop class, and teacher said, you know what, you got to do something. It's got to be turned in by the end of the year, and everybody was doing cattle pens and everything because we're in West Texas, and I said, you know what, I'm a preacher's kid. I don't have any cows, and I want something that I can use, not for Jim Bob's dad. And so we built a smoker and didn't know how to use it, didn't learn how to use it. I went and traveled with Life Action, where we met, and then my parents moved from Texas to Tennessee, and not realizing Memphis was the arguably self-proclaimed capital of barbecue, and so I sold the smoker that I built in high school.
What kind of style smoker was it?
It was an offset.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an uninsulated offset on an old boat trailer, and had all.
You hadn't been able to find it?
You know, I have tried.
I
have
bet.
tried, because it's sold to a distant relative for $250. and I've tried.
Probably got $1,000 worth of metal in it now.
Yeah. I reached out to his son, and he's like, I don't know where that thing's at.
Huh.
So, if you have my smoker and you're out there and you hear this, please call in.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'll pay good money for it. But no, so I didn't. Then I moved to Memphis and learned to appreciate Memphis style barbecue. Still claim brisket as king, but I love Memphis style barbecue. And I got up to Michigan in 2012, and started cooking a lot up there at a camp. And they had a smoker, and a guy from Alabama taught me everything, got me started on the whole smoker kick, and I learned how to do smoked meats, and it just kind of snowballed from there and to what it is now. And so 2018, 2019, I took on the company myself in January in my basement, and we started the drum smokers. So called it my ugly drum smoker. And so we've taken the ugly out of drum smokers and tried to step up the standards and make them better quality,
Awesome.
better quality parts, and last longer. So so we moved from the basement out of the basement into a glorified storage unit during COVID. COVID hit, and a lot of your outdoor cooking industry just exploded.
Yeah.
Charcoal companies couldn't keep up demand. Grill companies couldn't keep up. I know I came into a barbecue supply store here in Memphis during that time, and the guy's like, shelves are empty. He's like, I can't get product. Like, as soon as we get it, it sells. Because everybody's cooking from home. Nobody wants to go out in public, and
and restaurants were closed.
Restaurants were closed and all that. So that kind of took us to the next level. Small business struggles along the way, and ups and downs, and now we're proud to say that we're part of a family of cookers, and moving on to the next level. So
that's awesome. So do you have people? I mean, when I tell people I'm in the duck call business, what they don't understand is that we have a full machine shop here, right? We have lathes and mills and CNC equipment and manual equipment, and so we build the stuff that we sell.
Right.
I'm assuming you've got welders and fabricators, or
we have 2 5x10 CNC plasma tables, high def plasma tables. We have press brakes. We have rollers, and we build a lot of things, not just cookers there. So the company that we came underneath, Norris Thermal Technologies, they've been around for 60 years, and Aaron's dad, Aaron Norris, is the owner of that, and his dad started it. They build dryer systems and ship them all over the country. And
for what type of dryers?
Depends on the customer. So they're customizable. So anywhere from different types of beans to
I got you, like ag
moss.
dryers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We just got a deal in the UK for a bunch of dryers, and they'll be converting plastic into gas, and they'll turn them into a pellet, and I don't know how that works, but
wow.
So that was we just found out about that yesterday, and so that's exciting. But these things are massive. They go on a flatbed of a semi truck, and big old conveyor system in there, and so that's we're not going anywhere because we have the 60 years of experience in manufacturing, and and partnering together has allowed us to do away with our lead times and just knock things out quickly. And so there's, if you ordered a drum smoker right now, a standard color, you're gonna get it shipped. Well, somebody bought one yesterday and it shipped today.
Yeah.
So that's
awesome.
exciting.
Yeah.
It's a good move. It's a good partnership. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Well, good. Is what's the you're based out of Michigan, I guess?
So we were until January, and then we moved to about an hour south to Tippecanoe, Indiana.
I got you.
Do
you commute every day?
3 days a week I'm down there.
Okay.
2 days I work remotely in a coffee shop.
What's the reaction to barbecue in that part of the world?
It's really weird. Tippecanoe, Indiana is the middle of nowhere, and I am still learning that area. A lot of farmland out there, a lot of Amish people. But in that area, so 5 miles away, there's another smoker company, and they're big Outlaw Smokers, and Jay Craig owns Outlaw, and
that's what Malcolm cooked on.
Yep.
Here.
Yep. Malcolm is
about a month ago.
He cooks on Outlaws quite often, I was just over at their shop the other day, and they do some stuff for us. They have lasers over there and do some laser work for us, and so we got a good relationship with them. And but I tell Aaron, it's the Midwest. It's the barbecue capital of the Midwest, out in the middle of a cornfield in Indiana. So, but yeah, I mean, I think barbecue is still a growing phenomenon, and
is the industry growing, or are we just getting old enough to where we care about doing things like staring at a grill for 4 or 5 hours at a time? Because I've honestly wondered.
That's a good question. The industry exploded, like I said, with COVID.
Yep.
I think the industry has probably seen its ceiling with that explosion, and that bubble's probably expanded as far as it's going to go. For your big brands, for smaller companies, we still
just because you hadn't reached a point of saturation in the market.
Right, and we're doing a lot more custom stuff, and
but I'm impressed at the size of the industry. Like the barbecue industry is it's probably 100 times bigger than duck hunting.
It's pretty big.
Giant.
It's pretty big. We've gotten our feet wet in the competition scene. So anywhere from Memphis in May, American Royal, the Steak Cook-Off. Now you got a Rib Cook-Off Association. And so these competitions are crazy. Like with the SCA, the Steak Cook-Off Association, they do over 500 events a year across the country, across the world. And then they have their World Championship down in Fort Worth at the Texas Motor Speedway. And we sponsored that this last year, and that was nothing more American about being inside the Texas Motor Speedway with NASCARs zipping around you smoking meat. I mean, pretty neat experience. But, I think it's a combination, because there's a lot of young people that are getting into the cooking scene.
Yeah.
And, we're trying to push that in the comp world, trying to get kids involved and Kids Q. And
how much of that do you think is due to how pellet grills have made it accessible for the common guy?
As much as I don't want to admit it, I think the pellet grills have really expanded that because it's so easy, set it and forget it, easy bake smokers. And
is that what y'all do? Y'all just talk trash about the pellet grills?
Well, so here's the thing, that I have done that quite a bit, and I haven't told many people this, but I almost bought a pellet smoker from a company, American-made company out in Kansas, right before I started building these. And I was searching Marketplace and looking all over for a used one and fixing to buy a brand new one. And then all of a sudden I built one, and it changed everything. But now with this partnership, our commercial smoker, the Game Changer, is it's not pellet. It doesn't get its heat from the pellet. He's got a patented hopper system that it pushes that pellet through, and it gets it just hot enough that it extracts the smoke, but it doesn't produce the heat, and then it drops it down into a bucket of water. And
so it's not really burning.
It's not burning. It's not combusting in there.
Yeah.
So
but it allows it to get smoke flavor, real smoke flavor.
Yeah. And I've been very impressed with it. So I've had to eat some crow with Aaron.
You don't have to smoke crow on it. I mean, you can smoke regular pork, beef, and all the same things. I mean, you can cook your bacon on it.
The funny thing is Aaron hadn't cooked on an offset until I came around, and we were at the Steak Cook-Off World Championship, and he was competing, and he placed with my offset with the 500 gallon, and that was his first time ever cooking on it. Was at that event.
Wow.
So I got to give him a hard time.
That's all right. We have the same thing in the duck hunting industry. Duck snobs think double reeds are training wheels and cheating and all that, but it takes all types. And I mean, you can't hate on everybody. You can.
You can
pigeonhole yourself to,
Yeah, I've had. So the truth of the matter is, the pellet smokers have their place. It's a tool in your toolbox, right? So, I know a lot of pitmaster stuff. They'll have 15 different cookers and all different brands, and we have a couple brand ambassadors, and there's a couple of the one particular pellet smoker company that they lock their ambassadors in. You cannot cook on anything but their cooker. And that's caused some issues out there. And I've told my guys, I said, look, I will never lock you into that. Like, this is a tool in your toolbox. I'm not gonna just don't cook on another drum smoker, another offset.
Yeah.
But you can cook on
Yeah.
whatever else you have.
Yeah.
And so it's been a fun ride. We're about 6 years in now. And how long have you been? Are you 10 years now?
15.
15. Wow.
2010.
Crazy.
October will be 15 years.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch your brand grow.
It's been challenging, but everything is.
Oh yeah.
Nothing worth having comes easy. That's what we say.
Yeah. It's been watching you grow has been an inspiration in a lot of ways to how we've grown and how I've been able to be encouraged to see your steadfastness in your business. And
You're making that sound way better than it really is. Might just be because I'm too dumb to try something else.
and then maybe I'm
Perseverance is not always a character,
maybe
positive character quality.
maybe I'm just as dumb then. I don't know.
Everybody's not cut out for being self-employed. That's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
But if it's what you're called to do, it's fun. Everybody's job has challenges.
Oh yeah, yeah. Grass isn't always greener on the other side. Huh?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Whoever said that do something that you love and you'll never work a day in your life didn't understand what happened in Genesis when Eve ate Adam and Eve ate the apple, because there's just a part of work that's laborious and painful. No matter, you can enjoy 98% of it, but there'll be 2% of your job that's hard and work, and that's just the way the world is. But
days like today are the days I enjoy. The days I have to sit behind the computer and look at numbers and put spreadsheets together. Those are the days I don't enjoy.
Yeah, I get that too. How often do you do things like this? Cook for people or cater or?
Oh gosh, man, I've got no idea. I'm getting to do a lot more of it now that we've joined forces. I'm able to do more of the stuff that I like to do. They've got full office staff and shop staff, and so I give direction and leadership there. But I get to go and do some of these events. So I'm probably gone once a month. Yeah, right now. So just went out to New York, to Long Island, and did the National Barbecue Festival. And my wife Chelsea got to go.
Oh, cool.
She hadn't got to go in a while. And we stayed in a very interesting part of Long Island. And one of the worst Airbnbs I've ever been in my life.
I started to say you must have Airbnb'd it.
Yeah, I was not in charge of that pick there, but we survived, and it rained every day. It was Father's Day weekend, and we were skeptical. Okay, why are we doing an event on Father's Day weekend in New York? And it just doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
But we love the people that were putting it on, and wanted to support them. And we went out, and New York showed up, man. It rained, and they had their ponchos on, their umbrellas, and they came. And they bought grills and smokers, and they came. We fed 10,000 samples from our booth alone.
Wow.
And we were flat wore out. So
That's awesome.
yeah, I would say long answer to your question. I'd say I'm gone about once a month average, doing stuff.
Yeah.
So
Well, good.
this just works out that your place is close
way.
to
Yeah.
to my mom's, and get to
Well, good.
kill a few birds with one stone.
Hopefully they'll enjoy the leftovers.
Yeah.
The holiday weekend, we're not gonna leave anything here. So,
Yeah. Well, we're gonna cook even more tomorrow. So
are you driving home tomorrow?
no, I'm not leaving until Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got the whole family down for the holiday weekend?
Well, Chelsea's not here. She's working.
okay.
But all the kids are here.
Oh, good.
So yeah, I get to spend a little time with Mimi, hanging out in the pool.
Perfect.
So
Go get some fireworks. And
yeah, I think we're going to Collierville for tomorrow, something like that.
awesome. Well, good. Well, What else? What's the 1 year, 3 year, 5 year horizon for your brands?
Oh, wow. Man, that's a loaded question.
All right, well, I tell you what, I've never done this, but I've been meaning to do this, so I'm going to play a little advertisement.
Okay.
And you got a minute to think about it.
Get ready, outdoor enthusiast. The Ducks Unlimited Expo, presented by Puritan Pro Plan, is landing in Memphis August 1st through 3rd at the Renaissance Convention Center. Experience the ultimate celebration of hunting, conservation, and the outdoor lifestyle. Connect with vendors from across the country, showcasing the latest gear, apparel, and hunting accessories. Learn from experts and connect with people just like you. August 1st through 3rd, 2025 at the Renaissance Convention Center. See you in Memphis for DUX.
Hope you thought of something good.
I thought of something.
I can play it again
Yeah.
if you really need me to.
Well, Ducks Unlimited would probably appreciate that. Man, I would say, I love when my brain starts spinning and I'm thinking about a product design or something I want to do with a cooker. I can't sleep, and my wife will be like, "Your brain's spinning over there. I can hear it," and I love that side, and I love getting to go out and be with the public and be at events. And I think, though, the education side is probably something that I really could see pushing and doing some education events and hosting some stuff up there at our shop in our arena there. And getting, we want to get more involved in the hunting community. That's a big passion of Aaron's, and I've got several connections in that area, and so that's a big talk right now amongst us. And so, but yeah, education is a big thing. I think that I would like to see us expand heavily in. Because not only is that going to push our product, it's going to make a difference in people's lives. And whether they buy one of our cookers or not, I'm sure we want them to buy some of ours, but.
Okay, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
Give me your top 2 favorite brands in the barbecue world, and you have to use their names and tell me why they're your favorites. They can be people.
Brands of cookers or rub seasonings?
Anything in the industry. Brands that you admire to be like, that you think are doing a great job. Like, if there were 2 that you could pick, doesn't matter whether it's charcoal or seasoned, or just in your industry, who's doing a great job, and use their brand name. Can't be one of yours.
Can it be a brand that I represent?
Sure.
Yeah. So VacMaster, which is a great product for it's a chamber vacuum sealer, but great for the hunters out there. When you go on a long hunting trip and you come home with all these birds and deer and stuff, you're gonna butcher it down and you're gonna put it in your freezer, and but these are high quality vacuum sealers, and they've got anywhere from residential vacuum sealers to big commercials. I've got a commercial one and a residential one, and they're very high quality. So VacMaster vacuum sealers, and then DeVos lights. Which is not really in the barbecue industry, but I see the crossover there because of the competition scene, and lighting is very important in what we do, and being able to see what we're doing at night, and catering too up there. I do a lot of catering, and when I'm outside
So what are those
cooking,
two? Okay, what are those 2 brands doing that are crushing it in your mind?
Just the quality of their product is top notch, and I'm about high quality stuff, and that's where my wife and I mean, she likes high quality stuff, but she'll go and buy a cheap pair of shoes, and I'll spend $200 or more on a pair of boots, and she'll buy 10 pairs of shoes for that price. Yeah, I would say just quality is the biggest thing there, and the durability and long lasting life. So those would be kind of sort of barbecue related, deep barbecue related though.
All right, we'll answer the question this way. What's the one brand in the barbecue space that's crushing it? You don't even have to like them. I don't care whether you like them or not, but you tell me who's the current champion of the barbecue world.
I would say Al Fragoni. He's a guy from Argentina, and he lives in Texas, and he is killing it out there with his rubs and sauces. He does a chimichurri mix that you make your own chimichurri with his mix, and it's killer. But he goes around into these events and cooks these live fire events, and so I think the live fire table that you have on your trailer, but he'll have like 10 of these things that are massive set up in the same area, and he's just got all kinds of animals hanging over, and I mean it's really impressive. So him personally, he is killing it. His marketing is just really, really good, and he draws a crowd at these events. And I'll throw out a name of a competitor, pit builder, and had the opportunity to meet the owner of TMG Pits out in Knoxville, Tennessee, and Brandon Lawson. Met him at Smoke Slam earlier this year in May, and they're doing a killer job. And so I'd still like for you to buy one of my pits if you're listening to this. But Brandon Lawson, they're doing a fantastic job out there, killing it. So yeah.
Okay.
Not afraid to shout out to a competitor.
Yeah, good. Well, what else? Anything else you want to tell us? Or?
No, man, I appreciate the opportunity to come out and be part of today. And if you're listening, sure appreciate y'all checking out our social media. We're Live Fire and Smoke on Instagram and Facebook, and Cotton Gin Smokers, Tribal Fire Grill, Game Changer Smokers, and then livefireandsmoke.com.
Cool.
So
when we chop all this up and Robbie does his thing, we'll make sure we get all those things in the description and the swipe ups and swipe overs and all the different ways people can find you. So,
nice. Yeah. If you're ever up in the Indiana area, y'all come see us. Come hang out.
Unfortunately, there's not a lot of traffic through there because Michigan and Indiana are both one-bird states when it comes to turkey hunting, and there's not a lot of duck hunting that goes on up there. There's a little bit, but
I still
not relative to what we do down here.
I still think about that turkey hunt we went on up there. That was it was an interesting weekend.
Came, we saw, we conquered.
You conquered in the very last second.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, man. That was a wet, nasty bird.
Yes, it was. You should not have been standing right there.
Yeah. Somehow I got left with it. But it ate well.
Well, good. Well, man, have a safe trip back, and happy 4th to you and your family, and best wishes on the future and growth of your business and all the brands that you have under your purview. We hope that our listeners will check you guys out, and like my dad used to say about veterinarians, it's not a sin to have more than one. So you can have more than one smoker. If you got one now, get another one.
That's right. That's all the different tools in your toolbox.
That's right. Well, thanks for joining us, man, and thanks for lunch. It was great today. And
absolutely.
Same time next week.
Yeah,
lunch Thursday.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
But it's going to be up there in Indiana.
Right. There you go. Well, thank y'all for listening. It's been another episode of the Rolling Thunder Podcast. We'll catch you on the next one.
Join the team that is making a real difference. Ducks Unlimited is powered by people like you. With your help, we can continue to raise funds that drive wetlands conservation across the continent. Whether you are out selling event tickets, securing donations, or finding that next sponsor, we have a role for everyone. Sign up today to join your local DU chapter at ducks.org/volunteer or attend your local DU event. Ducks Unlimited, conservation for a continent.